Hey guys, it's Dane at ZIMM'S Guitars. Couple of guitars to restring today and clean up. And wow, this thing's dusty. Okay, so this first one, it looks like a Gibson SG, right? And look at the dust on this thing. Wow. You know, we live in Arizona, and for all you people that are moving here, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's freaking dusty in this town. So believe it or not, this customer was telling me that some of the electronics are not working properly. And when I see how much dust is on this guitar, I think it's pretty obvious what is going on with the electronics. Let me see if I can snug that down a little bit right there. The output jack. Okay. Some scratchy pods. Well, they're sort of working okay. Okay, let me just spray this part out right here. I got my electronic spray cleaner, and we'll put a couple of good shots of this in here. Work it back and forth a couple of times. And you know what? I get this stuff at AutoZone. You know, O'Reilly's has it. The different auto parts stores. I've never had any problems with it hurting the finish or anything. I don't know if I'd spray it on top of like a PRS 10 top or something, but I've never had any problems with it. It cleans this stuff out. But I'm also going to go ahead and take the back plate off of here, and we'll spray the pots out really good. Take my Phillips screwdriver, but these cases, man, these babies are so dusty. So yeah, a customer that was living in Maricopa, he came into the store and he said, "Hey Dane, come on down, I got a whole bunch of bass guitars I want to sell." And so I went down to his house, and he was like south of Maricopa, which is a dusty little town south of Phoenix, between like down by Casa Grande, which is sort of between Phoenix and Tucson. And his collection of, he had some cool stuff in there, but everything was so dusty that, I mean, I was blowing my nose for 3 days after being at this guy's house, and just for like an hour looking at his guitars and buying some basses from him. And wow, that is super unhealthy living down there and all that dust. I don't know how the guy was breathing. But holy crap, was it dusty down there. Alright, so that's the one thing for all you guys. Hey, let's move to Arizona. Yeah, you know what? In the summertime, it's hell here. And the dust is in your nose. We have dust storms. We just have dust. If you want nice furniture in your house that's not completely covered in dust, go ahead and you know, if dust doesn't bother you, you know, you can move over here to Arizona. But I'm telling you guys, it's hell in the summer. And the dust, it clogs you up. Gives you valley fever, which is it gets in your lungs, all that dust, and it's not good. Super dusty. Okay, let's see what's happening now. Okay, that sounds better. Let's pull the strings off and we'll restring this thing. Okay, so I just put some furniture polish on it. I get this at the dollar store. So I'm just gonna kind of clean it up, try to get some of that dust off of here. This is one of those faded brown color SGs. So there's not a whole lot of shiny cleanup that you have to do. You just gotta get the dust off of her. But this guy that owns this guitar, when he sees how clean I get this thing, and this is just a basic restring. That's what I'm charging him, basic restring. But when he sees how clean this thing is, I have a feeling he's going to be very happy. I will take my wrench and I'll snug these down, the tuners. Oh man, that one's really, I might have done part of that with my shop rack, but tighten these babies down. So it should be a good week for me. I'm gonna have some fun this week because on Tuesday nights I am part of Johnny Bean, the YouTube channel Johnny Bean TV. On Tuesday nights we do a program called Talking Guitars and 80s Metal, and that's hosted by John Mancuda. And I have a lot of fun doing that. We go live every Tuesday at 5 o'clock Pacific time. So I guess that would be 7 or 8 o'clock Eastern time, right? But that's kind of a fun thing I do on the Johnny Bean channel. And then this Wednesday, I'm gonna do a live stream with Robert's Guitar Dungeon. Okay, I'm back. Well, I had a customer. We did a couple little trades, and I sold a ZIMM'S guitar t-shirt too, so I have them in the store. But also, if you want his t-shirt, you can go down in the description of the video, and there will be a link that you can click on, and it takes you to Teespring. So if you want to support my channel and my videos, you can buy yourself a t-shirt from Teespring, which I would super appreciate if you guys did that. It's kind of a cool shirt. You know, you can get coffee mugs and hoodies and all kinds of stuff on Teespring. If I was in the middle of telling you guys a story about something, I forget what it was, but there we go. So now let's throw some strings on it. So my customer supplied the strings for this guitar, and so in the case he has a set of D'Addario Extra XL. So these are 10 through 46, and I think they're pretty old because we have a price tag on the back here that prices them at $4.58 or $4.50. So wow, smoking deal, right? Hopefully these are still sealed up, and yeah, they are. So we look like we're in good shape there. We got a set of strings. Just gonna try to cut these with a very old pair of scissors. Okay, so we've got the brass one, which is the 46. You talk out loud, it helps you, right? Thinking out loud. Okay, so there's our old string right there. Our first string right there. Just gonna go ahead and set that back in place. And we'll go ahead and we'll set the bridge back in place. And we'll get the first string on. I don't do any of those special wraps. You know how you do a Gibson wrap where you fold the string under the first time through and then over top. I just string them up normally. None of those weird wraps. I've guys come in and they've tried to tie their strings on the end, and you see the weirdest stuff. Okay, so I got it tuned up, so now I want to kind of stretch the strings out a little bit, and you got to be careful because you'll break the neck if you tug on this. So I put one hand over the strings and I just kind of tug on these strings a little bit like this, and this will really stretch the strings out. Now you got to be careful on the B and the high E string because you'll break those, but you stretch them out a little bit like this. And then if you look over here at my tuner, you can see exactly, let me zoom in on that a little bit. There you go. You can see exactly how much I just pulled that. By tugging on it that much, we're almost a full step down. So you gotta stretch your strings a little bit. Then another thing that I like to do is I like to do the whole Iron Man thing right here and press down on the strings behind the nut, because this area string right here, it stretches too, and it makes it so that the string has traveled through the nut a couple of times, because that's one thing that these Gibsons are known for, is that the strings kind of get caught up in the nut. So I do, man. I push these babies down a couple of times. And even on the G string, it's these G string and the D string, it kind of does that. But you have to be careful too, because you'll break the nut. And I've done that. That's why I keep telling everybody, when you're stretching your strings, be super careful. And then after every restring, I do play the guitar a little bit and then retune it. So, because those babies, they'll stretch out for a while. Okay, something that I don't have to do as part of this guy's restring, but I'm going to go ahead and try to wipe the inch or so of dust off of his case, because I just hate looking at all this, you know, and so it just takes me a minute. Get some of the dust off of here. So that's how I roll, man. It just doesn't make much of a difference to my customer, but to me, right? I think it's kind of important to have my customer get his guitar back, and to have that guitar look a lot better than what it did when he brought it in. So he does have a cool Grateful Dead sticker on here, but you know, there we go. Now he's going to be super glad And he brought his SG in to have it restrung, because when he gets it back, it's going to be super nice looking. There it is, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody have a great day, and go buy a guitar.